The following individuals and families are examples of people who participate in a consumer-directed model called IHSS here in the state of Colorado. Please enjoy the following video series. We're here with the Caddy family, David, Tanya, and Keith, and we're going to just talk a little bit about the IHSS program and kind of how that's been of value. David, can you share with us your age and what county you currently reside in?
I am 18 years old and I live in Montrose County.
Okay. And what was your primary and secondary diagnosis?
My primary diagnosis was spina bifida, and I guess my secondary would be scoliosis.
Actually, he's got numerous. Probably Arnold Chiari malformation is probably the secondary. He has scoliosis, acid reflux, hydrocephalus.
Hydrocephalus, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
So.
All right. Share with me a little bit about your circumstances, prior to enrollment into the program when David is a little younger. Kind of tell us a little bit about that experience and what it's been like since you've enrolled.
The medical bills were pretty horrendous. We do have a good primary health insurance, and but David didn't have as many health issues then necessarily. They came sporadically as he's had for the last couple of years, and so
Financially it's helped a lot, and it's also helped with some of the education on how to take care of him better as caregivers in our own home. That's one thing I've found, that it's definitely helped some of the education that I learned up front with the organization and what to look for, and I think it's just been a good tool that we've used to help David, along with then there is a certain amount of income, which is definitely secondary to, for me anyway, and what we've done for David.
Okay.
And the care that we've been giving him now, I think, was better than what we were helping him with before.
definitely.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, once David turned 18, or as he was approaching that, what options were presented to you, from the county here in Montrose?
The county's been pretty good to work with, and I know Tana can answer this a little better through his Medicaid that we've got him set up on now. That came, when was he, about 16, 17?
17.
He was 17, so we haven't been on Medicaid very long with him.
Oh no, I don't know.
Or how long is it?
I'm sorry, it's been probably about 5 years.
Oh, it's been 5 years. So he was about 13 or 14 then. Okay, sorry. That's one thing that the county has helped us with, and then with some of their caseworkers, it's been real good. They've been very good with that. Yeah,
in my job, I work with adult protection as through my job, so I knew a lot of the people, and so when he turned 18, or before he turned 18, they said that there would be a transition, but it would be real small. There wouldn't be a whole lot of differences, and they were right. It's not been any issues whatsoever. They're easy to talk to. They always call you back. They're knowledgeable.
Yeah, the county's been pretty good to work with. They really have. That's
great. Now, how long has David been on the IHSS program? I mean, what age did he start?
I think about 5, 6 years ago. I really truly can't remember.
Okay. So he's a teenager?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
It's been about 3 years.
No, it's been longer because it was Lori that got us.
Lori's son, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and she's been gone for a couple years.
Now, what other community resources have you utilized, or have you had the opportunity to utilize?
Well, to start off with, we used community options. When before he was born, they had contacted us when the doctor diagnosed him with spina bifida. They contacted us, and we dealt with them for the first 3 years, and then the school district kind of took over, and the school district here in Montrose is, man, they've been wonderful. They really have been wonderful. He's, when he graduated from high school, he has stayed into their Step Up to Life program, and we're doing that now.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that program. What's that
all about? Do you want to pipe in there?
Well, it's just a program that gets you, what's the word I'm looking for?
Independent living skills.
It gives you independent living skills, and it just helps you, mold into, public, and just helps you not be too worried about it, and just helps you, well, with getting to know your community and being able to fend for yourself and get a job and stuff like that.
Okay. And that goes until you're 21, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How's that going?
Pretty good. I haven't been for a couple of months though.
But
Okay.
no,
Couple weeks.
yes. But they've had that virus going around, and he's susceptible to
Yeah.
any type of respiratory, so we've kept him home until we're a little more comfortable with that.
Sure. That makes sense. Consumer direction, do you feel your needs have been considered in this program when you were kind of going through it in the meat of it?
Yeah,
I think the consumer, the direction to go into, I know, is to better serve the individual that needed the help, the resource like David. And I think they were there supporting in that facet. I think it's been fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
we haven't
It
seen
was
any
been-
lapse.
No lapse, everything's been very,
Okay.
forthcoming. The trainings are good. I haven't been to training now for a while.
I think we
But-
only have to take him every year.
I know, but they seem to be always interested in what's going on, how things are going, and looking out for the best interests of the client as well as the people that basically work for them.
Okay.
So, no, it's been very good to work with. Very pleasant group of people, easy.
So the people that, our legislators that are tasked for healthcare reform in Colorado, what would you tell them to be aware of as we move forward in this regard to the future of programs like this, and in situations that you guys have experienced? What would you tell those folks as far as these programs are concerned?
I think basically advertising what's out there, offering it a little easier to find out what's going on. In the beginning, it was pretty tough trying to figure out where we're going to and what direction we needed, what services were out there, what resources we had, and it was pretty tough. And even to this day, there's still some questions, and we're always looking for new answers and a better grasp of how to better help David succeed down the road. And I guess that's one of the biggest things, and how the different agencies and organizations work together and make it work for them. I think sometimes it can be a little confusing. And somebody coming out, with a child with, some type of a medical, illness or problem, physically or mentally, I think you almost feel overwhelmed.
Okay.
And maybe if the services were a little more easy to find out about, it would make it a lot better. But I don't know, as government agencies, it's hard to market a government agency because they're not in the business.
Right.
But I think that's one thing that might help in general, maybe working with children is a little closer and having that information a little more readily available. And I understand that people that are have a child, it's very emotional. So a lot of stuff they're told, they're not going to hear it anyway. They're going to forget what they've been told 10 minutes ago. But I think keeping it in front of them to make it easier for them, transitioning with a child from basically a normal life to a life that's been turned very chaotic.
Sure.
In some cases, and you want to keep it as as low key as possible for the child and for the parents both.
What do you think would be an effective way to get the word out to people that, or make them people aware that these programs exist? Do you have any thoughts?
My thoughts would be, how can they market it within the hospitals, through the hospitals mostly.
Okay.
Because that's where the parents and the child's going to be there the most. And I think that's probably one of the best ways to do it. And then the next stage would be through Health and Human Services.
Sure.
Your local Health and Human Service departments. I think they could help. But the problem with that is they don't know how many children are really in the community that have these problems. So it's sort of hard for them unless we reach out to them. So basically it goes back to, the information that needs to be in the hospital. And maybe Health and Human Services can work closer with the hospitals and sort of keep up to speed on what's going on with, parents with children with disabilities.
Sure. Okay. Did you have to spend a lot of time at Children's over in Denver, or?
Yeah, we've spent probably, if you figured it up, to be in the years.
Okay.
I know you've been over there, I know I've spent up to 6 and 7 weeks at a time.
Okay.
Very not uncommon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time we spent over in Denver has been extensive.
Okay.
Over the last 18 years. Actually, over the last almost 19 years, because you found out that he had the spina bifida a couple months before he was, so yeah, probably 18 and a half years now, so.
Okay. Okay.
It's been a while.
So being able to provide some of these services over here, just being able to be trained to do this stuff here has been a big factor for you guys. It
has been a big factor to us. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like once we were put in contact with you guys, a lot more helped us understand everything and what was out there a whole lot better. The training's been good. The people that we deal with has been wonderful, and it's before the program and now that we have it, the financial part of it has been a huge, huge for us, because like I was telling you earlier, we make too much money to have any other services provided for us, and therefore while we didn't have anything, it was our
family.
Our family and our personal insurance, and I wasn't able to work for a while because there's childcare.
Yeah.
We couldn't afford that, and so it was tough financially. And then once this came along, I was already working at that time, but boy, it has helped. And the peace of mind that we can take care of David in our own home, that we don't have to have somebody else come in and take care of him, or they have to go to a nursing home or something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I'm sure for him it's more comforting that he can be around you guys and his family and everything else versus having to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I would know. I can end up anywhere else besides my family.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're transitioning, David, from the children's IHSS, and then you'll be moving into the adult program, and you're making steps, it sounds like, to kind of do some stuff to get out on your own a little bit as well, so that's really neat. Okay. Is there anything else that you guys feel like you might want to share about your experiences with the program, or anything that you felt like was really impactful for David and for you guys, other than, I know you mentioned the financial piece, but was there anything else, considering what you guys have been through?
Not really. Nothing. It's nice, especially in the beginning when they first set up the programs for him, when the initial nurses visits and stuff. And I think that was one of the biggest things for me, is learning, the correct steps on. And we were doing fine. We were taking care of David. He wasn't in any danger. But it just made it easier. I think it gave me a little better peace of mind. Okay, we're doing this right. Well, we can make this a little better. What we're doing here, maybe doing these water, doing these meds, stuff like that. And I think it made it better. It just gave me a little more peace of mind. And I don't know about Tom.
It gave me more confidence.
Confidence, I guess, is what we're trying to say. Yeah.
Made me realize, like you said, that we are doing it right. But it helps with the refresher courses that we have to take. But the confidence that, gives me the confidence that I can take care of my own kid.
So that little bit of oversight just gave you a little bit of, felt like you had a little safety net then. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it makes me confident to know that they know what they're doing too.
All right, that's great. Well, David, and Diane, and Keith, we appreciate you guys helping educate folks on the IHSS program, and David, good luck to you in the steps going forward.